Hello everyone, welcome to the art stream. Well, it's now been redubbed the Art and AS Malcar stream because of how I tend to do the how well, to be fair, how well the last art stream went down. Excuse my strange positioning right now. I literally remembered when there was 30 seconds left of the stream intro. I was like, oh shit, I need to put some cream on my ankle. So that's what I'm doing right now. Because otherwise it's gonna bothered me throughout the entire stream, and literally I don't know why I thought I could do it in that 30 seconds. So I put the glob on cream on my finger, wiped it, couldn't do it. I was like, ah crap, better switch over. So yeah, there we go. Okay, sorted. Awesome. So yeah, I've not got a lot done since the previous stream. Like, I went and did. I actually don't remember. No, I really don't. I don't actually think I did anything. Nothing of note, anyway. Oops. I actually can't remember if I did my Arcanite dailies. I mean, I probably did. I probably actually did a lot more than I'm thinking that I did. But at 9 o'clock, I felt really tired and went for a nap. That nap lasted an hour and a half. So that's probably why I also think I didn't do anything, because I spent a bit of it napping. I'm now actually going to have to put a reminder for myself to see if I. Actually, no, I can check. I think I've got evidence that I did do my Arcanite dailies today. Just very quickly check Discord. Yeah, I did. I've done all of that. Cool. Because I knew I'd gotten a 5-star off of a no tag recruitment and posted a screenshot of it in Discord, but I couldn't remember if that was Saturday or Sunday. I just looked and it was 2 PM Sunday, so yeah. I've done dailies. That's one less thing to worry about them. I really need to do things in Final Fantasy as well, but we'll see. But yeah, so today is going to be more of doing the personal project that I started last week. No, it wasn't even last week, it was during the week. I did a daytime stream because it'd been so long since I'd actually properly got sat down to do an art stream. Which I actually found out earlier today. I didn't even have the art stream actually on the schedule because I labeled it as being not a guarantee, because I went through this thing of I don't feel up to doing art. But now I'm thinking, it helps, and I treat it as if it's a scheduled thing, so it's now on the schedule on both Discord and Twitch, or at least it says it is. Whether that actually is or not, it's Twitch. Yeah, we're going to be continuing with that. We've got line art to finish off. I've got a few alterations to do on it. And after that, can move on to doing the colouring, and then shading, and then all sorts of different effect sides. And then we've got the background to do as well. The background's going to be fun. Not going to be fun. Never done a background before in my entire life. Well, not the one that hasn't been just solid one colour to help me see which bits are going to be transparent and which bits actually need to be coloured white. So that's going to be a nice different challenge. But anyway, let's catch up on the small amount of chat there. It's a very quiet night by the looks of it. To be fair, it's going to be. It usually is going to be. Because it's Sunday night. People are going to be wanting to go to bed for work tomorrow, and they've probably got evening plans as well. Actually, as far as I know, it's a weekend. It's a holiday weekend in America. I think it's Memorial Day or something like that. I don't know. I also changed the screen for the art one slightly, so now everyone can keep an eye on what is actually being played on Spotify whilst I'm doing this. I actually thanks to Maury for telling me how to do the thing that I'd seen other people do, and I remembered it and implemented it, and it looks good. Anyway, hello, welcome DJ. You're enjoying Watch Dogs 2? Awesome. I never touched it. I played the first one. I hated the first one, so I thought I'd not even going to try getting into the second one because it's probably just going to be more of the same. Because Ubisoft are not known for their innovation and creativity and doing new things. They find one formula that seems to work for them and they just repeat it in different settings. Hello, more modern Assassin's Creeds. Hello, every Far Cry game after the first two. But that's all done. I'm going to get into position because I realised that my normal gaming position was where I'm sat now, and that's perfect for gaming. But because of where the microphone is and where the tablet is, I need to be leaning over. But if I sit closer, I don't need to lean over, so I don't need to worry about damaging my posture. I think it was E that pointed that out, or it could have been Jack. I don't know. Someone pointed out I could do that. So, yeah. Also, I believe, just to double check, yep, the art stream redeems are in. I've just been reminded that the drunk streams is still there. It is going to still happen. I'm going to be ordering some mead. Well, a fair decent amount of mead on Wednesday, I think, or possibly Tuesday, depending on when I actually do get paid. And then it's going to be kept here, and we'll wait until I've finished the 6 weeks of recovery from surgery, because at the moment, as of today, technically, I am 4 weeks post-surgery. And so I've just got another 2 to go after this. So good. We'll be good. It's still a hacking game, but the character is more human and does a bit more of a meme at times. That was not my issue. I mean, okay, so the main character of Watch Dogs was laughably dull and had no real proper emotion or direction, but just the gameplay was just so dull and so repetitive. It's like, yeah, do all this hacking. It's essentially just GTA with a smartphone that you can hack. That's what I really did not like about it. It just felt like a GTA clone. Right, just position. Oh, God. I'm definitely not getting out of this. Position set. ASMR mode enabled. There's a reason why I don't sit like this for normal streams, because now I'm interfacing with chat. Let's switch over to this. As you can see there in the bottom right, there is the thing of what is playing currently. That is not, so don't worry, that is not what's going to be played, because that's going to DMCA me in a second if I put that on there. I was using that to try and judge how large the window part needs to be to fit any length of song title there, and that is the longest one I've seen. To the point where when it was playing, it was actually doing a small scroll thing, so I know that's the maximum size it needs to be. So we will get that playing. Miracle Sound. Well, there's a good thing to start off on. All right. Hey, artist level on. Do like this song. Weirdly, it's actually the one more modern-ish Ubisoft game that I really like. Far Cry 5. I don't know. There's something about Far Cry 5 that's just really, really good. Just can't stand any of the other Far Cry. I just really can't. It might also be helping the fact that, when I play Far Cry 5, I'm playing co-op. Playing co-op with Foxx. That might help. Right. Remove the cover from the tablet. That's kind of bright now. Grab the pen. Let's get into the matters. Okay, so as I recall, I was going to look into changing things around on Lydia's posture here. Now I just need to know how I'm actually going to do this. And remember to put ASMR voice on, because I'm almost eating the microphone at this point. Seed. Okay, we're going to be doing this line art that we want. Actually, part of me thinks I should probably try and do the sketch. If I work on the sketch layer, then I can... Yeah, in fact, actually, if I use the sketch there, if I get rid of the line art layer of that, actually go and work on the sketch layer. Can't believe I actually put a slight color guide in here. It's like, as if I didn't have a reference sheet already. Computer, why on earth are you struggling? I just clicked the color picker. Right, so yeah, that's good. Now to erase these bits. Right, now that is not at all how things looked. Doesn't matter, that's the hand. The hand's drawn, so that part of the sketch layer doesn't really need to be there anymore. What I do need to do, though, is... I maybe started about here. As well, I'm going to need to get another picture reference up here. Actually, have a look at the design. Doesn't help all that much. I mean, it kind of does, but also kind of doesn't. I actually don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. Like, I know what I want to do, I just can't brain, and I can't think of the posture, so I don't think I'm actually going to be able to do it. Oh, that sucks. I think I'm going to abandon that bit for now, so... No, that is not it. Say, that's my... There we go. That's better. I don't remember if I decided I was done with line art or not. I do realise that... We'll find out. I think it is about time for... I think the lines were done. I can't remember. I actually can't remember at all what I was doing. Well, I had a huge brain fart now because I went, oh fuck, I need mum's phone to log into Google to go on YouTube. Then I remember I don't need to, you can just log into YouTube by Gmail app, it works. That's good. Lydia, hello and welcome. How do feet work? I don't fucking know. I definitely don't know when it comes to furry feet like this. Like, your guess is as good as mine at this point. Just him. So that my actual monitor here is a bit dirty and so needs a bit of a wipe. Yeah, I had an idea for the pose. I was like, I'm not even actually sure that the pose is a natural thing that is possible with, any form of anatomy, furry or not, or protogen or what have you. I just genuinely think that what I was thinking of is just going to be a distant fever dream. Well, I say distant fever dream, I can just do it in the next picture that I draw. I can include the space beans and something else. Just realised now that I need that's The tablet needs a bit of a wipe down as well. So the thing is, if I didn't see down there that this is a Miracle of Sound song, I would be very easily looking at Spotify as like, did you change what I'm listening to, Spotify? Did you go away from my Miracle of Sound intended playlist? There's Miracle of Sound. It's just Manhattan Midnight, so I don't know what it's from. As also the other advantage of doing what I've done down there. So I don't have to keep pulling Spotify up to see what it is that's actually being played. Let's just back the way it was. Hey, hello and welcome. Bish. It's time to... E has arrived. Everyone, get your whips out and do a 20-person whip salute. Right, so... Okay. Okay, so... I think that is everything line art-wise. Or doing for religious part. Oh, actually, I just noticed something. There's an error. An error in a protogen? Oh no. No, whatever will we do? Lying down so you can't be asked. I don't blame you. The intention is there, and that's what matters. That's what truly matters. But I just had to correct something there because Lydia's thigh didn't make sense. You have illogical thighs, Lydia, apparently. Okay, with everything else that looks fine. Okay. And now abracadabra and pop. And abracadabra again, pop. Why don't I like how you're coming out? Why do I now have issues with how you look in places? First of all, get rid of that. As much as I would like to put toe beans on Imari as well, I just don't think it's actually going to work. I just don't. Just put that there. Can you maybe do a different texture or a different colour down there? That we can arrive. Callie, hello and welcome. And apparently Lydia has thick rise. Not thick thighs, thick rise. You're also lying down because back pain. Well, I'm glad that you're resting. Crotch. Nothing there though, because this is a safe for work sketch. Or I say sketch is a safe for work drawing. Is there anything wrong with him? Well, is there anything wrong with the drawing of him? I think is probably the better thing. There's, a fair few things wrong with Amari. Oh god, that doesn't... Oh, yeah, gross. That needs to be checked. There. Yeah, Clockworks. Love that song. That's wrong. That looks better. Smooth that curve out a bit. Aside from that though, I think the lines are good on him. you're doing laying down Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay, so and abracadabra. Okay, so my hope is, so okay. If I go into this and do color, and if I just do a test patch of color over here, is there a reason? Oh, it's because of the eraser tool. So. Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's what I was wanting. So now I don't need to worry about erasing lines or anything like that. I can just put my color in on there and it should sort itself out. Okay, so what's up with your shoulder fur? What's up here? Thank you to both DJ and E for your contributions to the VTuber Stream Challenge. That is very nearly finished now. That's actually a bit too thick. I was doing 2.5 for the fur and stuff like that, and details. Yeah, it was. Yeah. Okay, so that's that part done to some form of acceptability. This I think is as well. I just need to actually do it. Although, oh no, there's something that's bothering me. The tail is being inconsistent. Oh god, the tail's being very inconsistent. What the fuck was I doing when I was drawing this bollocks? Jesus, is this... that's way too thick. That's the one, yeah. Okay, so if I do this, that's more of a natural curl. That already looks so much better. Get a bigger eraser tool. I do not like how that line came out in the least. Oh god, no. That's the pencil tool. I'm just gonna have to completely erase that, aren't I? Okay, so this bit I've got no issue with, none whatsoever. This bit looks fine. So I just need to basically get a decent connecting line there. You got one of my favourite acronyms of ESTD, which I've just realised makes it sound like an electronic sexually transmitted disease. I don't know. I've been using ESTD for easier said than done so much, and only now do I realise it sounds like electronic STD. That's what you get. Apparently, that's what you get for dealing with e-girls. That's a good one. Just need to go and clean this little connector up a little bit. This bit here, that connector doesn't look right. Yeah, me. Why on earth did I decide to be a furry artist? Why? I decided to do this. All this is just inherent pain. So that doesn't look right either now. I'm going to be pulling my hair out by the end of this. I've still got this bit at the top here to do. Because that line just does not look good. It just does not make sense. That's better. That is a better connector to the explosion of floof that is his tail. I don't like this line down here. There's something wrong with it. It just doesn't seem to flow right. Do this. I mean, apart from how that ended, actually, that looks a lot better already. So I take that bit away. Yeah. Please tell me that looks better. Oh my god, that actually looks better. Thank fuck. Thank 17 Shades of Fuck, that actually looks better. Oh, good Christ, I've just realised. Why, oh why did I choose to be a furry and scaly artist? Because now I realise that part of him, along with various other parts, is all scales, and all scales means I want to go in and draw every single fucking individual scale, because otherwise it won't look right to me. Why the fuck do I do this to myself? Art is pain, and I'm constantly doing art apparently, because I am in constant pain from my own decisions. Been playing Walking Zombie, you got minus 15 calm already. I'm actually surprised it's not lower knowing you, DJ. Okay, now, well, at least now with that done, now I can move on to the... Would it be better to just do the colouring and then do the line art of the scales over the top? I think it actually might be better to do that. Because then that way I can... If I make a separate layer for scales on this, then I can put them onto the tail alone, and then I can add or remove them as I like. Yes, that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to do colour first. Okay, so I want to bring up one of my references for Imari there. Okay, so he is... Right. The palette that I have. Darker body / scales. Good. We are good. Yeah, I still find, I still enjoy line art. I just, I find it very, very painful because of all the stuff that was just happening. So I still have not seen the TV series that this is a about the it's the League of Legends TV show, and I haven't had no inclination to actually go and watch it. A lot of people have said, you know, it's amazing and you don't need to have any leaning towards League of Legends whatsoever to enjoy it, and you know, it's detract from the game. But I just think I really just don't care. It just, you know, it's one of those things that it doesn't feel like it's the right kind of thing for me. Like, you know, what about those people who saw it, like it, enjoy it, and relate to it? It's like, it was the same with me and Black Panther. I personally didn't really find Black Panther to be an amazing film for film's sake. For its representation and what it did, though, yes, amazing. What people relate to it, yes. I fully agree with what Black Panther was doing. As a film for myself, though, personally, I acknowledge I was not the target audience for it, and that's fine. And, you know, as a result, it was not a film for me. But then again, after a certain point, most of the MCU films have just been, nah, for me. I think that whatever this TV series was also falls into that category. I can't remember what it was even called at this point in time. You have to find random shops where I go to missions, and next to the trader there's a dude that has the options to kill them and buy it. Doesn't give much. Mission solo quest doesn't give you much. Kind of what it's like. So I just got to pass a giant zombie. But as long as you're enjoying it, that is the most important part. The song that I'm going to ensure is on the playlist at Callie and Mine's reception. It's all about pirates. Yeah, seeing it, they have had a bit at the end has bad CGI. Doesn't really bother me. I don't care if something's got good or bad CGI. It's like the same thing. I just don't care if a game's got good or bad graphics overall, unless it's, you know, outwardly really, really bad, and it's, you know, not intentional, but they've tried to make it be like, you know, good graphically. Graphics and visual aesthetics have never been really one of those things that I go for massively. As I recall, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It'll be a bit of a squeeze, but I think we can do it. What I was thinking when I initially designed this bit, you know, the darkness of his tail fading into the fluffiness of the furry part of the tail, because around about there is where the scales end, because then it's just fur. So I don't know why the colour bleeds over, but hey, it does. Tail gradient. There we are. So just want to make doubly sure that I've been using the right one. I don't think I have. I think it's actually a slightly different colour. It is. 2, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that actually is a different gradient. Okay. It's very difficult to discern the difference, but there is a difference. There's a difference is what matters most. Okay, so what's the next one? There. So I'm going to do this. Oh, Jack just got into bed. I was going to say, do you want to say hi? She just passed out hard. Wow. would be insulted, but I know that Jack's been dealing with quite a lot of shit lately. And as you said, that she's been dealing with feeling exhausted and not in the best state mental health wise, so I'll give her a pass. She'll be fine. She sleeps well. Because I did these bits and didn't actually fill them in properly. So that should now be, if I do that bit there. What the fuck is this song? Electric, I don't know what it is. Electric Sky, I don't know. Don't know what it's from. Like I say before in some of these things, I do not know a lot of Miracle Sound's back catalogue of music. No, the colour picker. So let's just fill in these bits now. Obviously, I'll be going back over this as well to have the bits that make the tail look a bit more floofy. Hey, Valhalla Calling. May not like the song that inspired this, but, you know, very, very good song. It's definitely going to need some blending. Definitely is. Get there slowly but surely. After I'm done with these bits, this and the wings, create the. Actually, I probably should create the layer. Create the red layer now. It's just. Let's get that line. There we go. Coloring. It's made finally Attack on Titan's base, so has very much the Nordic Viking godlike feel to people now. I don't get why they would need. I don't get. Nothing about Attack on Titan that I've seen has suggested that it gives Nordic vibes, or should do. I only ever watched season 1 of it, and then apparently I've been told that after season 1 it gets absolutely god awful. So I thought, no reason to keep watching it then. Season 1 didn't exactly massively enthrall me. It was a nice watch, but overall, I could take it or leave it if I knew about it. again without having prior watched. This, on the other hand, is a very good song of a... As I keep saying whenever it comes up, this is the only game that Callie and I have quite vastly different opinions on. There we go. Use a soft airbrush tool, reduce it down even more, and I know apparently what last season the main character does very much what Odin does. I don't know what that does. Odin's done a lot. I'm guessing by the way that sounds is that you know, pulls his own eye out or something in exchange for power or knowledge. Well, it's probably going to be power, but Odin did it for knowledge. And hung himself upside down also for wisdom. Still don't see it myself. Q, hello and welcome. Colours indeed. Doing bits of blending at the moment. Excuse the fact that getting decent borders between colours is not a strength of mine, especially on such a friggin' small scale. And that I've just kind of gone over all of the in the bits going in. Whoops. There we go. Right, now what I need to do is oh Christ in heaven. Okay, right. I need to get the markings. Oh god, markings. That's what I want. Just a bit bigger. Just make a 7. Let's be. Yeah. Dark markings. Go further in a little bit more. Oh god, that's even. Yeah, it works. Weirdly enough, that actually did work properly. Got the right effect. Now I just need to change it so that it looks more like it's fluffy rather than just a feather duster. Although, in full fairness, his tail could very easily be implied to be used as a feather duster. He might not be happy about it, but yeah, it's not his decision. That's too thick for doing furry bits. This is the one for furry bits. There we are. Yeah. It's a colour. Colour picker from this bit. Better the line out and clean up that because that's got a bit more of a floofy look to it. There we go. Right, now to go on to the... Oh, Jesus Christ. That still is way zoomed in. Seems to be that zoomed in. Okay. Right, now... Okay, so these are both the inside of his wings. So first I will need the wing frame. Don't know the song, but hey, sounds good. Don't know what the song's from. I was on the wrong layer. That's been fixed now. Thank you for the save reminder, DJ. It's now been saved. It's complete. See, I've also got a tutorial that I need to read up on how to use reference layers in this. And like, I probably should be using reference layers, you know, to help make the line art more useful. But you know, I should just sit down and read/watch the entire tutorial on how to use reference layers and how to make them. Thankfully, though, after me flailing around not being able to use vector layers for the longest time, I asked Scoo during their recent art stream if they could do a little Scootorial for me, and I now know how to use vectors on Clip Studio. So yay! New knowledge unlocked. I just need to, you know. I think vector layers should be something that I implement in using from the ground up. It's not going to do any good to try and redo the line art once it's already done. Nice bit of God of War music as well. You watch. I bet one of these days, if I do keep on going with my art, I'm going to change Amari's design, and it's going to look so much better. It's going to be so much easier for me to deal with. I'll go back to these pictures and look at it, it's like, what the fuck was I thinking designing him like that? Either that, you know, I'll be keeping the design as is. I'll just learn how to do it better. I mean, after this project's finished, whenever it's finished, I know exactly what I'm going to move on to next. Almost leaving finally. Good. Glad to hear it, Q. Hopefully soon you'll be back home, out of the stressful environment, and able to just relax. That's the point. Is tomorrow a work day for you, or like the US, do you have the day off as well? Well, does the US even have tomorrow off, or was it just Friday? I don't know. I do not know how US holidays work. I just know how UK holidays work and know that we get feckin' none of them, essentially. The amount of holidays that you get, you know, as in like government mandated holidays in the UK is fucking awful. And what's even worse is that the shop that I used to work at, oh god, when I worked at Game, had one guaranteed day off a year. Like the only day the shop itself was closed, Christmas Day. That shop was fucking open 364 days a year, 365 if it was a leap year. Thank you, E, for the hydration reminder. Hated it. I mean, in essence, though, in some ways, I did like working there. Mostly because, hey, I got to work with games. My lifelong liking is games, and I got a really nice discount on games as well, and pretty much everything they sold. So I was very happy, and I would be buying games almost all the time. I spent pretty much my entire paycheck on games. That's how I used to have a huge, absolutely fucking huge games catalogue. And it also was why, back when I was still playing the Xbox 360, I amassed such a fucking massive gamer score. Much to the chagrin of one of my guild mates. Well, clan mates, actually. Because the gamer clan that I was in, everyone was like in awe of this one guy. I think his name was, his name was Balance Judgment. I mean, everyone just called him Balance. But he had this obscenely high gamer score, and he kept touting it. But the thing is, his gamer score didn't move all that much. But mine did. And everyone was like, oh shit, mouse count up to Balance. Oh, what the fuck's going to happen? What's the fuck's going to happen? Who's going to take the title? And then for a short period, we were basically, one-upping each other very slightly, though, small amounts of gamer score here and there. And then Balance just seemed to stop and just be concentrating on online games only that already had the achievements for, and I just powered straight ahead and stopped talking to me after that. Just would refuse to completely interact with me. It's like, wow, salty dude. I mean, I get that the gamer score stuff. That's a nice bit of healthy competition. It's like, oh hey, well look what I've got and all that stuff. But actively stopping to talk to someone who is in the same gaming clan as you because they beat your gamer score, it's fucking childish. Just a little bit. I have not spoken to almost anyone from that gaming clan in years, like literally years. I've got a few of them as friends on Facebook, but that's it. And even then, I haven't spoken to them in a while because, whoops. Okay, you need your wing claws. Weird enough, looking up this close, his wing claws look kind of flesh-coloured. Just worrying, because that's not what colour his skin is. Excuse you, Spotify, this was my intro song. Get your fucking act together. Right, so okay, so what have we got next? You remember going to game just to look at games? Yeah. I mean, back where when I was working for them, game was pretty much undisputed as being the game sellers there. This was around about the time when oh god, was it Game Station showed up. Just before they showed up was when I was working there, and then they showed up and started being competitive to the point where so Game Station had this policy that they would beat any trade-in price that you could prove to them, and as a result of that, we were told to not give out trade-in prices. You know, how much we would give for trade-in prices, because then people would be taking that to Game Station to to get a better deal. And I never adhered to that ruling, because, like, well, no, you've taught me that this is a customer service role. You are wanting me to get the best experience for the customer. If that does mean they go elsewhere, I don't care. I do not care. I do not have enough company loyalty. You do not give me enough reason to be loyal to the company to do everything in my power to keep a customer there. If they're going to be more interested in finding, and going somewhere else that's got better prices or better stock, I'll let them go. It's like, you don't pay me enough or give me enough good benefits to care about the brand, about the company brand. So, yeah. Looking back at my attitude, it's a real wonder that I actually managed to stay there for 2 years. Just realised you can press F1 to F2 now without needing to use Alt. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's something that I had with my old laptop as well that I just never understood. Is, like, if you want to use the F keys for your laptop, you can't just press the F key. You have to hold down Alt and then press them. It's like, well, no, the way that the laptop is done is that the alternate function of the F keys is the media control keys or whatever they were. So by basically putting it into alternate mode, which is what you do by holding Alt, you're basically making it do basically laptops say, oh no, the alternate function is the default function. No, that's not how anything works. And yet, that is the accepted standard. Fucking stupid. Things that Malk has gotten salty over in the past and still hasn't gotten over. Fucking long list. Like, I will quite happily stand up and say, I am an incredibly easygoing person. Like, in most cases, if someone or something annoys me, it's water off a duck's back. I don't care after a very short period of time. But for some weird reason, when certain things make me salty, they just stay in my mind and continue making me salty. In the car on my way to comfort. Woo, yes. Glad to hear it, Q. Safe journey. I don't know what the worst thing is. Listening to this song and remembering, the combat in Sekiro is making me want to play Sekiro again. But I can't because I sold it. And I had nothing else to do in it either. I had gotten a deathless run up to my farming point. I had gotten platinum. Never safe from my heart. I'm saying for you to keep yourself safe, not to be safe to other people. Of course you're a fucking hazard to others. You're French. Oh, sorry. You're Quebecois. The dead don't shuffle, they run. Fuck is that? This sounds like it's from his meme days. Because Miracle of Sound's got quite a lot of meme songs from his time when he was partnered with The Escapist. And he would do joke songs for them based on games or game genres. forgetful, so I'm more likely forget something when something pissed you off. That's fair. I mean, I'm forgetful in quite a lot of things, but when I get reminded about something that pissed me off in the past, it will 9 times out of 10 just piss me off again, just make me salty, or it will be one of those things like, oh, that used to piss me off. Don't give a shit anymore. Yeah, I accidentally went over a line there. Not with what I said, but with actually going over lines. They say forgive but never forget, but I don't have a choice in my memory. Yeah, that's actually what I do. Like, although it depends. A lot of people who piss me off is like I stop caring. I don't forgive. I just stop caring. I stop letting it bother me. But I never forget what they did. So yeah. Yeah. More likely you would just run away if they ever get in trouble. If she was just French, yes, possibly, but being Quebecois, more likely to just make a big deal of it. God, I really need to clean that monitor. Oh God, yeah, I do. I need to get that thorough clean. That's not a tonight thing. You've all tuned in to see a ASMR and art stream, not a Malk cleans their monitors stream. And even then, you wouldn't actually get to see anything because of where the webcam is. And I'm not moving that because it's fucking annoying to get there in the first place. And it's held in place with God knows how much blue tack. Yeah, like this. Almost sounds like this could be a Left 4 Dead song. It always reminds me of one of the Left 4 Dead's, one of the Left 4 Dead games. It was Left 4 Dead 1 actually, and there's random callouts. And after a horde section where I had to fight my way to a elevator in a hospital, and there was hordes of zombies coming towards us as well. And my character, after the horde thing was done and we were going up, was like, why are they that fast? That's cheating. They're not allowed to be that fast. I just stuck with me and just made me giggle. Excuse you, actually I cry. Mood. Well, except not mood, because my ability to cry is incredibly lessened thanks to decades of masculine focus, masculine centric and presenting people don't cry. And that got so heavily ingrained into me that it is a behavior that I struggle to unlearn. I'm still working on trying to unlearn it, but like, I will feel absolutely sad as all fuck. I will feel like I could cry. My actually ability to cry is really diminished. Right, okay, so the next one is I need the wing membrane edge. Like, for example, when playing Near Replicant, and when the scene close to the end happens with Emile, I feel like I could cry at that. I don't, because of all that. But it's like, yeah, that's fucking heartbreaking. I could most likely cry at that, but oh look, I'm not able to because, yay. Fuck the patriarchy. Ventured out a bit too wide, I think. Tell the colour to wind its neck in. This is another one of the songs I've got no idea what it's actually from. I could open up YouTube on my phone and find out, but I just can't be bothered. I really can't be bothered. Not whilst I'm attempting to do art. It might just be a song about friendship. It's not actually tied to anything. To anything. Grows so much when I'm in pain. It's kind of you don't have tears anymore unless your mental health is off. Totally fair. It's a sort of desensitization sort of situation. Not too bothered about solid lines because this is going behind Imari. Because of how I've got the folder set up, this is the bottom layer, bottom. So both Lydia's colouring and Imari's colouring is going to be going over the top of this. So anything that is an overlap, the over the top colour and line art will just cover this. And if it doesn't, well, then I actually might cry. This, the moment. This is a more recent one. I still don't know what the fuck it's for. Like, most of Miracle Sound songs I know are ones that I've found because they make good stream intros, or they've been my YouTube recommendations, or when I'm streaming a game, I see if he's made a song for that game. Yeah. You either tell me to check my posture. Oh, God. Yep. Back straight, sat straight. Oh, good. So I keep seeing my peripheral vision though, like whenever my desktop on this screen changes, I see the color change. I just looked up and was like red. I was like, what do I have that's red? I looked over to the other side and I saw bits from the Doom 2016 wallpaper. Like, oh, what do I have that's red? Hellscape. Just realised if I do this and clean up some of the little etch bits here. script this, and honestly, actually, thinking about it, I should have to do... There we go. Yes. Yes. Let the hate flow through you. Strike him down and join my side. Doesn't work when I'm trying to whisper it as much. Posture good. Good posture needs to be kept. It doesn't make sense to have the check my posture redeem if I immediately then just curl over after doing it. Obviously, I am actually setting out properly. Does make it look it because I'm leaning my head down slightly so I can actually see what I'm doing. Ah, dog's life. From The Wolf Among Us. Really actually want to play that. I want to play that on stream. I've never played it properly. I've played the demo of it, but that's it. I actually want to play the full game. Because, it's back from when Telltale was, really good at what they did. And your decisions mattered and made differences and didn't just, have slight dialogue differences, but had the same outcome eventually anyway. Like, honestly, I don't mind what they were doing with stuff towards point and click games, because point and click games tend to be, no matter what dialogue you pick, the game unfolds the same way anyway. The dialogue stuff is mostly learning about more what's going on, or unlocking puzzles, or furthering the plot. It's what's done. It's the done thing. But the problem that Telltale did with their games is that they gave the illusion that your choices and the things you did actually mattered, whereas they didn't. Initially, they did. They actually, the choices and through dialogue and actions you did actually had an impact on how the game unfolded. But later on, just be like, you can do, try doing X or Y. The results can be pretty much the fucking same. Maybe a different visual thing, but yeah. When a choice that you make in a Wolfenstein game affects the plot more than in a dialogue choice-based adventure game, you've done wrong. You know that, you fucked up somewhere. I also want to play it, can't wait for the second one. I'd want to play and finish the first one before going to the second one, but I also want to read the source material, the Fables comic, because I've heard really good things about it, and I like the different take on the fairy tales that it deals with. Remember the first Walking Dead and how much it blew up, so the company just failed to keep their quality. Yeah. And I don't know what happened. Like, the last I heard was that they had gone under and the company had dissolved. But if there's more stuff being made, then I don't know, has the company reformed? Have they made a different studio? Has someone else picked up the IP? I don't know. I do not know what the fuck's going on with that. I just know that their numbers went down the tank. I also know that there's also rumours or confirmed there's going to be another Tales of the Borderlands game, which I never got to play yet, but I watched Scoo go through it, and like I was very surprised at how good it was. You know, then having played and finished Borderlands 3 and seeing there were characters in Borderlands 3 that had, you know, been introduced via that, it made a lot more sense in it. It's the Skyrim song. It's fine, I'm not playing Skyrim tomorrow. Schism Monday is being replaced by an indie showcase stream, and I couldn't be happier. I mean, at the same time, I keep saying this, but I really, you know, I also want to finish Skyrim so I can be done with it and get on to a proper Masochism Monday game. Now, a game that's had so much promise and failed really hard, but yet it's a really good game still, especially with the more recent updates. Which, you know, if you're unaware of what the current Masochism Monday should be, it's Cyberpunk 2077, and the more recent, like, large content update of it makes it pretty much essentially what they wanted it to release as, including, you know, PS5 and Xbox Series X generational support, and it looks fucking gorgeous in that mode. Bernstein will come back if I get home not too late. No problem at all, Q. Thanks for coming as long as you did, and I will see you later. If you're here by the time, if you're still here when I'm still streaming, I will see you then. If not, I will see you next time. Hey, we have Wings and Tail. So, just as an aside, I am aware that one is larger than the other. That is to extend, yeah, that is to accentuate the one is being extended, you know, purposefully. That is not a mistake on my side. That is how it's meant to be. Now, some of the characters in the Telltale game were in the Borderlands 2 DLC that tells us why you have to leave the planet. I never actually did that one, but I did. You know, they are also in. They're also in Borderlands 3, and you know, play quite pertinent roles. Yeah, so there's nothing there with. That I will be, you know, basically there's nothing on that will be there, because, you know, on the other hand, almost all of Lydia's bit is going to be covering over this, which is why this is the lower folder. You get rid of that, bring that up. Right, colour. Oh, and Lydia has been very, very... Well, Lydia's reference is going to be quite tricky. Should be fine. Especially seeing as I have gotten a palette. Woohoo. That'll be the end for you today. Sleep hitting you hard, no problem at all, Lee. Thank you for coming in as long as you did, and I will see you later. Have yourself a good sleep. Okay, let's see what's... Okay, so there's the default fur colour. You see, that'll be E. Jack's already passed out completely. Okay, so I need to do... At the very least, I need to put these bits in. No, that's... No, those bits aren't. Okay, so tail, the side of it like that. Okay. the middle pink palette. So this one. It's going to be middle there. There. Like there, like there, like there. Keep there as well. Top of this bit. And it's at the edges of all the fur. Do something like that. That will hopefully remind me. Okay, so the deeper purple is on the inner bit of the ear, so we will take that there. And then I don't think there's actually anything else on there that's that colour. No. Take the bright pink. Making a second Borderlands Telltale game, I would like to see what happened to Fiona. I would like to see what they do with, you know, what happened to Elpis. I mean, in fairness, from what it seems to be, they completely and utterly removed the pre-sequel from canon. Because what happened, as you would have seen on my Borderlands 3 stream, what happens to the moon is kind of on the final side. Oh, I forgot to grabbing the fur colour again. Let's do that there. Also, okay, that's something I need to fix on the line art layer. I'm thinking of that. That actually 4 seems a bit thin. That is definitely 4. Okay, so that is... Hey, numbers. It's Watch Dogs suit on. I actually really like the song. I used the wrong colour. I hadn't changed it back to black. A bit bigger, obviously. Fluffy, hello and welcome. Okay, I see. This one. There's a difference. It's just not much. So next we need this one for the neon bits. I'm guessing they are neon. I don't know what downtime is for me either. Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay, so that's the metal bit. That's the bit of the part I haven't used yet. That's it. That's the only part of this that actually has that colouring. Of course. Don't know what colour the claws are meant to be though. I think they're meant to be the same as that. Okay. Yeah, that should do it. Literally just put the Warforged base on D&D and just start making a gi, only for motivation to drop fast on one's balls. Ah. Yeah, I know that feeling. I'm sorry to hear that, Fluffy. When I know what it's like to struggle with getting motivation for something. Especially when you've seen, you felt to have been so motivated about it beforehand, and then your motivation just tanks and flies out the window. That's about everything there. Sorry, and hello and welcome. You coming in for Sophie to talk about balls? Sounds about right. Okay, let's at least do the furry bits. I don't know what Sweet LA is either. Yeah, it happens a lot, like how maybe a month ago I was going crazy over Iggy's design and I just tossed him aside. Yeah, I know that feeling a lot. I've had that so many times, it is annoying as all bollocks when it happens. And now I'm listening to this song and listening to the lyrics about it. This could easily be a song about Lacuna, even though Lacuna was nowhere near even finishing development, or he possibly wasn't even being developed at the point of time this song was released. Oh, he's taking the walking zombie as a random encounter over the Matrix. Ah, nice. Yeah, like, definitely the impression I was getting from the second one of the walking zombie was they've taken a lot of inspiration from Fallout 1 and 2, which seems to extend to the random encounters and the content of them. Which I approve. I approve greatly of, because it's, you know, taken from the original Fallouts 1 and 2, which, in my mind, still being the best. Fallout New Vegas has its place, and yeah, Fallout New Vegas is the best, more modern Fallout, but I still feel like nothing can really beat Fallout 2. Fallout 2 to me just has a very special place in my heart. For so many reasons. Sank so much of my life into Fallout 2, I cannot even begin to estimate how long I played that game. I know I didn't find everything in it. I know I didn't do everything, because it would have been impossible to do so. Did you chase down chicken out of nowhere? A guy sitting in a chair appears and says, "Take the pills, mate. You have to go up, right?" Huh. Nice. It's like that perk in The Walking Zombie 2, where it says, you know, absolutely nothing. It says, no, this perk doesn't do anything, don't take it. You do it and it gives you a free perk point. It's like, nice. Nice. Right up there in those floofy bits. I am going to very confidently say that Lydia has most likely fallen asleep to this stream already. So whilst Lydia sleeps, I'm getting right up in her fluffy bits. Out there. There's an out of context quote. Really should have just lowered the brush size again to go for the fine bits, because start making mistakes. Woo. Going outside of lines. Woo. It went also saves like that. Always makes me think it's gonna fucking crash. Instrumental, I don't know what the call is. Will I have sand about like there? That's about right. So I'll take that. Now if I do... bit too wide still, I think. That looks about right to me, yeah. Okay. Well, this, you know, most of this stream has been me going, I do not know what this song is, and, you know, me rambling on whilst I'm working on the Protogen. My very low skilled ass is working on something that's most likely way in advance of what I actually should be doing. But hey ho. I mean, it's good, you know what I mean? Yeah, it does feel, you know, otherwise dead space. At the same time, you know, not always what everyone wants to hear or participate in. Why does that sound like it's a Halo song? I think it actually is Halo. Thank you for the hydration reminder, Kelly. So what I can do here now... Oh, it's better done the other way around, really. Colouring the floof in and then doing the outline is probably the better way around of doing this. Yeah, that's definitely a Halo song. I find myself here very thankful of Lydia's decision to have the bunny tail option on her protogen self rather than going for the full wolf tail. I think I might have cried if it was full wolf tail. Okay, how's that looking? Okay. I think I've only just whiten this a little bit. There we go. That's better. Yeah. Awesome. Hey, Replica. Very good song for a very bad game. I still want to try and play that game more and finish it, but oh boy, I tried to stream it, just did not go down well. Really, really did not. What game? Prey. Thank you for telling me to check my posture. Oops, that's straight again. They want me to save as well. Thank you, Torian. Yeah, saved. That. Okay, let's see how this works. Cool. I need to go real close in for this. Dealing with the depths of the floof here, really need to get up close and personal with it. Oh my, you missed it earlier, Torian. When I mentioned that I don't know if Lydia was around or not, or she's probably fallen asleep, but I'm going to be getting very deep up into her floof. Let's take this, because that is also the edging colour of it. Ha ha ha, edging. I don't know how visible that is going to be, but hey, we're trying. That's it. He wasn't here then. Look at that. Ah. Yeah. Outside of yesterday and sun statue energy. Yeah, I know that feeling. That's one of the reasons I don't go outside anymore. Resistant. Oh, right, awesome. And you're customizing a deck box. Very nice. I think I brought my deck boxes back from my parents when I was last there. I don't know, there's nothing much of any interest in them. It's just mostly Vitas. So what? Vites. Vampire the Eternal Struggle. It was a collectible card game made under the purview of White Wolf because they were the intellectual property owners of it, because done by Vampire the Masquerade. It was really fun. Trying to find players for it, though, that was fucking difficult. I knew like 5 people who played it in my hometown, and then since then I've not known anyone who's even heard of it. There's a mountain, some explanation of the manor. Nice. No, I've never been able to get my head around Magic the Gathering. Like, I used to, when I travelled to Cambridge for a role-playing game and stayed with friends of mine there, we would end up playing Magic the Gathering, and literally every single time I would be borrowing one of their decks, and they would have to walk me through how to use the deck at the same time whilst, you know, being my opponent. Actually managed to win like once. But yeah, never properly learned Magic and never got into it, besides one time making my own deck and never actually getting to use it. Use someone else's deck is usually hard. Yeah. And this doesn't help. This doesn't help. I just wasn't, like, even when I kept on using their deck, I still wasn't able to quite fully grasp how to play the game. Like, I had learned sort of from my parents on first edition Magic, and therein lies the issues I have with pretty much every single trading card game and collectible card game that comes out, is that everything that is in the stuff when it begins, I can get familiar with it, and it's like, yes, I know how this all works. I can develop strategies. I'm good at this now. And then they bring out expansions which introduce new rules and mess with everything from the previous stuff, and it's like, well, I don't know anything now, so that's just all out the window. Screw me. I can't bother to go and relearn it. Use cages and it's difficult for me, and I know how. That's fair. I'm not even sure that, you know, my very old deck would have actually been any good. I mean, like, so to give you an idea of how long ago it was that I last touched Magic, this was before Planeswalkers even existed. Planeswalkers weren't even a thing card-wise. I knew it. Yeah. The same with Yu-Gi-Oh! The old rules, and Bren doesn't know how to deal with the new ones. I never even touched Yu-Gi-Oh! Personally. When all that stuff came around, I was firmly entrenched in Pokemon cards. And then, to be fair though, Pokemon was literally just Magic the Gathering for beginners. It followed almost exactly the same rule set, except instead of using mana and tapping it, you had to attach mana to one of your monsters. Lore-wise, they've all been done. Oh yeah, I get that. Lore-wise, they have been. It's just card-wise, they haven't been. And in all fairness, I never paid attention to the lore of Magic the Gathering. Just never did. Everyone's okay, you met? Jesus. That's been a while ago, unless, oh no, yeah, it's still going, that's the thing. Because I was into Pokemon cards when they first came to the West. And I know that, people are still into Pokemon cards now. Like, Jesus Christ, that makes me feel old as fuck. I'm the one who introduced them to my school. ...2008. Yeah, that was way after I did. That was way after me. That's way after I'd stopped playing Pokemon cards and stopped being interested in them. Like, I think I was dealing with them in 2002, 2001, around that time. Sounds about right. The jungle deck with Venusaur on the box when it came out. Nice. I was doing it when people were saying like Charizard is the best card, is completely unbeatable, and so I thoroughly disproved them. Because people, they were all focused on the fact that Charizard has a move which at the time did enough damage that would one-shot any other Pokemon. What no one actually counted on was that the way I played was I had, the whole thing of when you bring a monster in after another one's defeated, you get first attack. So what I did was I went to a match with one of the people who was bragging that Charizard was unbeatable, and they had Charizard, and I one-shot Charizard. And the way that I did it was, oh god, what was it? Blastoise has a move called Hydro Pump, I think it is, that does a set amount of damage, but for every extra blue energy card you put on him, it did an extra 10. And you put like 2 or 3 extra blue energies on Blastoise, and so the other guy who brought out Charizard one-shot my other things. Like, okay, then bring out Blastoise with this. First attack, Hydro Pump, does 60 damage, but oh look, you're a fire type, it does double damage, 120, Charizard's dead. And the guy just looked in absolute shock and disbelief. Like, yeah, Charizard is not unbeatable. Just because something is able to one-shot everything health-wise does not mean it's unbeatable. I never really actually played Pokemon all that much for the card battling aspect. It very quickly turned into something I collected. But I read the cards and I read what they were able to do. I don't know. They reprinted him. You have one of those Blastoise here somewhere. I don't. I got rid of all mine. Never had anything at the time. I never had any of the cards that you would call rare. I had, you know, a bunch of worthless cards. Like I owned every single trainer card that existed at that point in time. I never had anything that you would class as being rare at the time. You know, if I still had those cards now, they would be classed as being rare as all fuck because it would all be first editions. Nowadays, thank you for telling me to save, Callie. Oh, that's new. Save. There we go. Saved. Love your Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh cards? I don't. Oh, jeez. Sorry about that. Whacked the microphone on accidentally. The only cards that I still have is I have some of my early edition Magic cards somewhere. And obviously my V-Test cards. But actually, I don't think it's somewhere. I think I actually found them at my parents' place and brought them back with me. So if I actually cared to look through the case, well, if I wasn't still recovering from surgery and not able to lift something that heavy, I would be able to open it up and, you know, pull those cards out. Oh shit! No, I completely missed that bit. Fucking hell. Sorry, there, dear. Apparently, I completely missed the fact that you have an arm, or an upper arm, I should probably say. Josie, hello and welcome. Unlike last time, you're not here just as I'm ending things. I'm very much going along in the swing of things. Well, actually, no, last time you were here, I was just about to go on a break between streams. But now I am here, I am queer, and I am doing a heckin' art. What's the time? Yeah, still got about another hour before I'm thinking of finishing up. As in finishing up the stream. I'm nowhere near finished with this. Nowhere near it. This has got to be probably my biggest and most complicated art project to date. Let's go to the lineup because I just realised there's a fuck up. And I want to correct the fuck up. Just there. Nice. Back to this. And that, and back to the colour layer. On Go-Go's, you say I've had those? I don't think I ever had Go-Go's. I've missed you too, Josie. It's nice to see you again. I hope you've been well, my friend. Because last time I saw you properly, I recall, was during the Shadow Man episode that I was doing. We had a good old conversation there. Yeah, life has just been absolutely crazy for, well, pretty much everyone, I'm guessing. What's this? Necromorph suit. Oh my Christ in heaven, he did a meme song about Dead Space. Control Z is God. It is such a God that I have a button on my tablet that is shortcutted to that. You watching me stream and having feelings about Zero Dawn? I can only imagine what's going on, because I never, as you know, I never got far at all with that. Like, I think in your first sitting down of playing Horizon, you got much further than I ever did. But I'm happy you're enjoying it though, Callie. You're doing okay applying for a job? Ooh, congratulations, hope you get it. Introduce Zarya to your dad's side of the family today. I really hope that went well, I really do. Invested in the story. Good. I'm glad for that, Kelly. Very much so. Excuse me again. Jesus. That's not the kind of ASMR anyone came for. Oh, good. Good. I'm very glad for that. Okay. What resolution are you working at, man? I use 600 ppi. I do not even know. You were asking me bits of knowledge that I have got no idea whatsoever. None. I am exceptionally zoomed in, I can tell you that. I'm very much zoomed in at this point. Hey, glad to hear that you're home, Q. Yeah, if I zoom out a bit more. Oh, that actually looks a lot better than it does when zoomed in. Oof. Oh god, I see something else. Why do designs of actual existing things that I haven't done myself have to be so fucking complicated? Ass, bastard, ass, wank, tits, ass, bastard. Present colour, take this and then lighten it somewhat. That'll do. Comments need to, it's super crisp. Looks like you're working at very low one because otherwise you wouldn't get that blur up close. Most likely, yeah. Let's see. If I do this. Resolution I have at 72 dpi. So yeah, there we are. Resolution 72 dpi. I did not even know that that was an option or whatever. Or whatever was going on. So yeah. Oh god. Sorry, I have to move my leg. Probably working at 300 Hz Clip Studio's default, I believe. Yeah, this apparently is even lower than that. So now I know for the future, you know, up the resolution to make it look nicer and smooth. Actually, can I change that? Oh yeah, change image resolution. Let's pop that to 600. See what's. Well, it's now massive, but it looks a lot crisper. It's a bit blurry, but it's still definitely a lot crisper. Oh my man, that's so rough. Well, with that message, you've just said what Callie says to me quite a lot. I'm going to change the I'm going to drop the resolution just a bit, down to 300, just because it'll be not as massive, but it will be a lot less rough. Woof woof rough rough, arf arf, doggo. Also be why. Oh, my brush is a lot smaller now. Well, titty biscuits. Let's just look how it's all is looking now. Well, at the very least, you know, I've done the fold layering properly. For the reminder to save, DG. And so if you enlarge an image, you work to the lower resolution to how it alters the image, you should keep consistent resolution to other make things better. Right, fair. Okay, I'll put it back to the resolution it was at, and I will remember to change it in future. He zoomed out like that, zoomed in like that, it doesn't look all that bad. Now to save it. Save. Remove the silly Boxo dragon hybrid thing. You work with your brushes pretty big, but have a good pressure control, so that's not too bad. Yeah, I do as well. Just, you know, don't use it all that much because I am very unskilled and unknowledgeable about both the tablet and, you know, everything around it. You feel like an art teacher, right? That's great. Everyone's an art teacher. Everyone who can do any art is an art teacher by comparison to me, because mixed verb, yes. The power is in your hands. Well, no, the stylus is in my hand. Well, in one hand anyway. In my other hand is just nothing. My other hand is literally either my other hand has been spending most of this entire stream either a bit of gesticulating or resting on the desk and resting my chin on it like that, or it's just been sat on my thigh, not doing much. But if you have questions, I've got a degree in illustration, so I know a bit. I appreciate that. That's the thing, I have got no idea what it comes to. If someone says, you know, do you have any questions? My immediate answer is, no, I think I'm good. And then, you know, my brain then goes, well, how do I do X, Y, Z? You know, that turns into a question. So if my brain, you know, decides to engage and, you know, comes up with a question, I will let you know and ask you about it. It is very much appreciated. Oh yeah. Got that education on my thigh. Well, what else am I going to be doing with it? I also did an internship under professional comic book artist, so I'm alright. Jesus. And you know, you're in there with the real high qualifications there. Shows you got them credentials. That's good. Thank you. Very much appreciate the help, the offer of help. Oh my god, I've got 3 art mentors now. Love it. My favourite thing I've been told by him is, I'm glad you're far less shit than you were last week. I can only hope that I inspire the same reaction from anyone who's been mentoring me. I was like, oh, you're nowhere near as shit as you used to be. Awesome. Better. He's very good for me, funnily enough. That's good. I would love to mentor you. I have too much information. I gave this will break. That's no bad thing. I very much appreciate the offer, and I will take you up on that. They do teach people things for fun, so more the game. Nice, glad to hear it. Into basically creating Art Crash Course streams, that would go down really well, I think. Don't know if anyone would watch. Well, see, the thing is, though, things like that would be good, like, even if no one watches the streams actively, if you VOD them and put them up on YouTube, then you'll be able to point to them. You have like a portfolio of little, tips and tricks. So if someone basically says, okay, how do I do this? And you've already done a stream on it and VODed it. So, well, here you go. I've already done a lesson. There you go. Watch that. If you've got any more questions, let me know and I will help. Or, tell you to piss off. Because, depending on what mood you're feeling at the moment. Yeah, DM's like, how do I make this dildo look more yummy? You say that as a joke, but legit, one time when I was watching Scoo do a spicy art stream on Picato, I legit asked them, how do you draw a monster peen? And they sat and they drew one and actually walked you through how to draw a good monster peen. I was in absolute stitches laughing because, it was a genuine query that I wanted to learn, but, they sat and they explained how to draw a monster dick. Okay, so that's the next bit. That's the chest plate. And, well, the armor parts. There's also a darker part of that doesn't seem to have made it onto the palette. Make it look like fruit jelly. You don't want to have a dildo that looks so good you actually do try to take a bite out of it. There's form over function, and then there's just, encouraging om-nom. And yes, mean jelly like how I mean jelly. I thought you did. I thought you would. I lost where I was going with this. Oh, right, okay. Okay, so I see. So there are panels which are darker. There's only one place in which they're actually there. Well, would be visible anyway. So this darker bit I've put all over the place, it's actually there. So you don't think of it as a penis, think of it as a long, heavy, slimy pickle. Shit. You really want pickles now? Thank you very much for that, Josie. So he goes, pickles, ick. Well, you're not supposed to. You're not making the art in order to eat it. Oh shit! I'm actually using the right color here. Awesome. Okay, so I've just seen that on the side there's actually more than just this bit around here. So it goes up a bit more, and then we have a bit more goes up like that, and then back. That also needs to be lined around. And some. Then there's a little screw there. Excuse me while I put a little screw into Lydia's side. I think my brain just does, just by default. You're welcome, Tradley. Oh God. Oh, what a duo. The NB Draddy and the NB Birdie. But in my high school biology class for my dislike of pickles, we dissected frogs and they smelled as if they were pickled, and that's been stuck in your nose ever since. Ugh. Ugh. There's so many ways to simplify that will blow your mind. Now we're talking about blowing. We are going to grab the darker green there, because the darker green is actually used in only a couple of places. And then I need to lighten it because, well, the palette does not come with the lighter green. That's fine though, we can get the lighter green easily. I am on the right layer. Mate, quite 990. I enjoy Daddy, Mummy, Mistress, Goddess. Well, I feel if I started calling you, if I started calling you Daddy and myself Draddy, that would get very confusing very quickly. They call me him or she. Yeah, fair. And I again apologise for tripping over that during the Shadow Man stream, and thank you again for correcting me on that. You like most feminine compliments though? Fair. And Q just comes up with Your Majesty. And you don't hate handsome. That's fair. Okay, so what's this bit? That is the lighter green. There literally is only... Okay, so these parts here are actually meant to be the... Well, only this one is anyway. This one's meant to be the lighter one. Well, actually, apart from... Let's just do that, shall we? Let's just... Yeah. Make it look like it's believable. I should use that, I don't know. Yes, good. Okay. Yeah, fair. But still... It was the wrong program to use for you, but still, you corrected me, and I will keep it in mind. Wait, really? Is that? Okay. I really wish that I could just open up something else. I mean, fair. Wait a second. Let me just open up the reference file I've got in Clip Studio so I can use the thing as an actual reference. That's the folder. Currently, there we go. One reference sheet. And... What? Oh, I am using the lighter green. I don't think I know we looked at knowledge. Jesus Christ. I'm not commenting on that exchange whatsoever. Okay, so if that's the dark one, then that means that the bits that I've already done over here, these bits there, these bits around there and there and there. This bit, this bit. So now I can go back to the actual palette and close that down, because they're basically similar enough to be the same thing, but they are distinct. That's me. Extras. Jersey of here, go make me something. I'm not surprised. Oh, good God. Well, the amount that Torian comes on to people in chats, now someone's reciprocating and Torian's blue screened. Limbo writes, I mean, yeah, true. You're Torian now and Big Flare, so enjoy. Oh, God. There's a fair few people in my chat who are big flirts. Fair few. Hell, I'm one of them usually. Come on, the amount of comments I've made about, you know, what I'm doing to Lydia whilst I'm doing this, you know, getting up and deep in the fluff and putting a small screw into her side, you know. Just your average day in one of my streams. Well, technically evening / early morning, however you're keeping track of things. I'm just not used to someone floating about break is 100% broke. So, oh my god. Oh my god. Well, I think you might cause Torian to completely blue screen at this point. I'm going to switch this song because I do not like the person who voices the subject. You can fight like a Krogan, you can run like a leopard, but you'll never be better than Commander Shepard. Sweetheart, yeah, there's a filter. It's alright, I do, and I know that it also doesn't seem to work for me because I'm not using reference layers. I should be, but I'm not. But a number of times I've used the fill tool and it's gone over the line art and just messed everything up, and it's just, when I do larger areas, I do tend to outline with a bit of colour and then do a fill tool, but sometimes I don't. As you're seeing right now. And you're not surprised it can be easily rebooted, this is true. Duplicate the layer and work under it. Those were words. I like your funny words, Magic Birdo. What? Lady DJ, yes, I am definitely yep, the layer. I'm definitely using the color layer. Thank you very much. Use a mask, make things clean. I don't know what's answer to that either. I really do not. See, this is what I mean. Like, whenever I keep telling people my skill is low and they say, no, it's not, shut up. This is what I mean. Yes, it is. You shut up. Holes. Marco Glady teach Clip Studio. I need it. I very clearly need it. Very important during COVID. True. Just like I'll teach Torian how good a kiss I am. Oh my god. You are very thoroughly determined to keep Torian from being able to speak. I approve. I'm happy to see how this is going to turn out. Affirmations in the sense of fine. Affirmations, yeah. Oh my god. And Josie immediately leaps on it. Like, where? Oh, good god, I'm getting the popcorn. I'm gonna get the popcorn out at this rate. It's broken. There we are. There we go. Torian is completely broken. Hey, hell in the headspace. I believe this is another Dead Space song. Also very good. You told Cage and he said good. As I see what you look like, I think you're adorable and don't want bird out. Oh my god. I am 100% here for watching this interaction. I'd get the popcorn if I wasn't, you know, doing this. Oh god, I'm using the wrong one. Using the wrong green. It's now my Discord, I could fuss them out, but choose not to. Do them out. It's actually a lot for what it is. It's too if you want to see me. I doubt you could, Josie. I heavily doubt that you could fluster me. Oh, Twitch clips, yeah, fair. Thought you were talking about some kind of new social media thing that's replacing TikTok or something, or you know, some form of Instagram alternate thing. But no, yeah, I have seen pictures of both Torian and of Josie. And, you know, I'm right here on the thing. Okay, like, you shush there, Josie. You shush. I've seen pictures of you. You are pretty. I will hear nothing in form of an argument. Shush. But Matt could fight back. I would. Because, you know, being a top, don't fluster easily. Snack that fights back. Exactly. I am a spicy snack. Good try, but then again, fight back. Is it 100% Torian's type? I'm not commenting on that. I'm not going to comment on that whatsoever. What I'm going to say is good. Good. You're a switch with top leaning. I thought I was for a while, but then I realised that it's just I have no interest in the sub side of things. I have no interest in being dominated or doing sub stuff things. The only closest thing that I am to any form of being a sub is that I am a cheeky, snarky little shit. But that is honestly just me being British. That's just my personality. That's got nothing to do with kinks or anything like that. That is just 100% just me. I just realised that that little bit there was meant to be a different colour. Oopsie. Toasty. Doesn't really make much difference, but hey, it makes a difference to me. That's going to be the right fucking colour. Also, Polly have permission to flood liberally. Think you need a drink? Well, Torian got thirsty. I've mentioned this in previous streams, but you know, to mention it again. Callie and I are in a committed relationship, and we're very much committed to each other and dedicated in that. All the flirting that I do on this is 100% with no intention behind it whatsoever. Just so you know, if that behaviour is engaged in, please be aware that there is no real intent behind it. I don't want to get anyone's hopes up or make anyone have any false thoughts. Holy shit, that's actually been going a lot better than I thought it would be. What the fuck? What the actual fuck? Oh, fuck. Florence type, redheaded mummy. Peg Mount 23. Good fucking luck. Good fucking luck. Bangers and mash in it. Pidgey Wickles and Chonkers is the new bangers and mash. Is something I could peg here? Oh god, easily. I think you've already found your target. Long hair and nerdy is my type. Long hair, nerdy, but sibling immunity. Doing me a very pretty girl, Jason. Sometimes mine is intentional. If I like someone, I let them know. Yeah, that's completely fair. That's wholly fair. Just, I'm being very much conscious that I don't want to make people uncomfortable or get the wrong impression. Is it still pegging if the person was AFAB with vigilance here? The receiving person, yes. Yeah, I still think it counts. If it's, I believe the thing is using a strap on. That is the thing. What determines it being pegging. Not the gender of either the person involved, but I believe it is just the implement being used. I'm going to show you how soft light layers work. Makes colouring so easy, most likely. And the recipient, well, I mean, mayhaps, yeah. Now here's going to be this is the bit that I've been dreading. This is the bit that I've actually been dreading the entire time. Stars bits. Like literally, those are the only bits that are not coloured right now. Is the stars. Every there that's got a space theme to it. Because then I need to fill these in with the space background, get a star thing, and go over all. Go over all of it. And then do an over thing over top of that. Although I am getting things done a lot more than I thought I would. I honestly thought that partway through doing this I would have just stopped. Yeah, want me to see that? What brush I have that gives the stars like that? Yeah, sure, go for it. I think I have it, and if not, I've got 120 Clippy so far. I'm doing the login event, and tomorrow I get 880 Clippy, so I'll be able to afford it if it's a premium one. If not, then well, I'll just grab it. A few good star brushes. I did Zarya's Galaxy background. You're welcome to them. I don't think I've seen those, to be honest. I mean, I probably have, just brain is forgetting. I mean, part of me is also thinking it probably would have been a good idea to do the star background bit, or the star parts, on a separate layer completely to the rest of it. Hey ho! DM, go for it. You go right ahead. You slip right into my DMs. Do not know what Giant's Fall is. That could be Shadow of the Colossus, actually, just thinking about it now. Okay, just chuckling to himself. Good. Good. Oh, I know this one. This is a Game of Thrones one. Can't remember what it's about, but it's a Game of Thrones one. So, thank you. Let's have a look. Got to do it on my phone because if I bring it up on this, then oh, that's lovely. That is very lovely. I really like that. Yeah. So I got like another DM about arranging a collab. Please use the background if you like. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. What's your colour theory? You think I have colour theory? So I will be upfront. I do not have any sense of colour theory. What the colours I'm using here are from a reference sheet. And the colours I'm using for, will be using for, I have used for these bits, are from a commission of the character that I got before. I own the character that this is all attached to. I just do not, you know, I'm using colours that already existed and colour arrangements already existed. I've not done anything for my own yet. The only stuff I've done for my own has been ridiculous joke stuff like Minecraft foxes and a cardboard box with fox ears on it. Which again, the Minecraft foxes have been imitating other characters or other people, like, you know, VTuber avatars. So yeah, still have yet to actually use my own colours for something. Actually, no, I did one thing. I've done one thing that was actually one of my own colour arrangements. So yeah, let's pull that up. Open. Where it is. In fact, I think I know where it is. I think that I put it somewhere else. Extras. Oh. There. I did that from scratch. No references, no pose things, nothing. That was just me from scratch. I'll definitely teach you colour theory if you want to be colour junkie. Yes, I need to learn it. I don't know anything about it. As I know, that might be able to tell you. The brush you have is just called Star Brush. Do you know if you had to download it from the store or if it was an existing one? Look at my little answer. Okay, I'm going to go and very quickly look up Star Brush. So you won't see anything different whilst but I'm going to basically be looking through the assets store. It was on the store, so if we can get the link for you. I mean, I can just search for it. I can just search, you know, eliminate all of excuse me, limit all the filters and just type in Starbrush. I typed in Starbrush and it did them as two separate things. What the fuck? I just did find one. I'll have to give my these for one brush, but I'd have to show you how to install it. I mean, if you want to give, you know, give it with instructions on how to install, you know, go ahead. So, time, yeah. I've got no idea how to open that link in this. You see. Found it. Found it. Yeah, search for the ID number. That's exactly what I just did. I searched for the ID number. Love the idea about it. Oh my god. Wow. Download. Material has been downloaded. Excellent. What's that? Communication management. Awesome. Right, yeah, so. Yeah, you broke Torian. Stop breaking my mods. Actually, no, don't stop. It's funny. Right, okay, so hide you, bring you back. I do like this song as well. The way I'm best at it. Wow. I was broken in a few ways before you got here. Written to you. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh wow. That's fine. You keep on breaking Torian. You go right ahead. Don't. I've got several mods. And this is honestly a lot of fun to see. Love you too, Sib. Yeah? Art my mother's stream? Pretty much. Well, I'm doing the exact same. Yeah, the exact same. Yeah, you want from any good sibling. You know, I'm supporting you in your quest to get absolutely broken and treated in the best way possible. And it seems to be that Josie's wanting to provide you that exactly. Because of bleeding when you feel it's because of the resolution and your filter display. Most likely, yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Right, okay, so let's find that effects brush. Decoration effect. Create copy. Add subtool. Start the brush. Add palette. Okay. Is there a reason why it's not actually doing any of them now? No, apparently, no, so it is not doing them. Yay! Never been able to get these things working. I do not know why. So you can see change the number of brush. Nope. Sounds gonna be stuck in my head again. That's always a risk. Particle density. I've put it up to maximum. Particle density is now at the most it will go. Nope. I've upped, so the brush density is at 100, particle size is at 2.0, particle density is at maximum. Is it on a new layer? Nope, it is on the colouring layer. Does it need to be on the new layer? Oh, it's fine, that's true. What's your back? Yeah, it's above. Okay, that's a new layer. Nope. Does it need to be... Nope. Not doing a thing. Heck, I don't know. Does it have to be a... No, making it larger is not... Nope, just not doing a thing. Nope. Angle maybe? I don't know. It says angle 0. What? Nope, that's not doing anything either. Brush away anyway. Nope. What's this working? Blending mode. It is set to normal. Maybe overlay? Nope, not overlay. Add. Oop. So need to take a brush as soon as my app is updated. I'll see what my settings are. Okay. Soft light. Nope. Or hard light. Nope. You need to use a colour properly. Okay, let's test that with you putting red on. Nope. Light doesn't work. Hard light. Not working. Because doesn't matter for this one. Oh god. I don't know. No. So sure. I'm just gonna use glitter. I'm gonna use glitter and see that help. That's it, that'll work. That will work. I just need to use it. See your head's up. Oh good, no. That'll work. Same thing I was gonna suggest. seems to be a bit. Either that seems to be a bit. Goes being loud. Fair. That works. Just realised. Didn't want to do them on a separate layer. Just trying to get that to work on a separate layer. Oh well, I'm going to do all of that again. Maybe I'll see it zoomed out. Let's use the bigger ones. Yeah, true. If I do some larger particle size ones. It's the brush size a bit as well. That's way too big. That's definitely too big particle size wise. There we go. That looks a lot better. Yeah, that's now the worst part. The worst part of this. Oh god, this is gonna be fun. So the palette, take that colour. Now I have got to draw stars, actual shape stars. Beautiful. Yeah, I do love space effects like that. I just need to. God. What I also do need to do is. That's the booper. No, you don't use a polygon lasso. I don't know what that is. I'm going to, I know I have a tutorial somewhere for making glow effects. I'm going to do the glow effect on the actual display bits. Magic wand, okay. Wand. It's a selection tool. Fuck. That's my selection tool. Yeah. It's on auto select, but I don't know if there's anything else it can do too. Like is your lasso tool? Oh, this one. The selection area. Yeah. So polyline. There we go. Yeehaw, my god, Q. just don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing with it. Is it? Yep. Make a star shape. Draw stars with. I mean, Undo is not doing a fucking thing. Stop doing it. Stop doing it. Stop doing it. Where's the unselect selection? There, deselect. Transform and drag it to the image, do it on a separate layer. Sounds complicated as all fuck already. My brain is shutting down now. It's 4 AM. I'm going to leave things there because my brain is actually starting to completely overload at this point in time. Saved. Close that, close that, close that. What was that? Right. That's as you say, thank you very much. Oh, as well, because I was pulled up very close to that because, oops, and close the Spotify. Where's that? Rip out, yeah, rip me. That's not a proper art stream, and if my brain just doesn't completely refuse to take information in at some point. How you doing? Water time. You're making Dreddy wet. Everyone wants to water the dragon. Everyone wants to make me wet. No one wants to do anything about it. Fucking teasers, a lot of you. Thank you to Josie, Q, and DJ for the hydrations. And I can stop doing the ASMR voice as well. Even though it's not actually all that much different, it just means I'm not all up close to the microphone. That being a teaser? Yeah, being a teaser, nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Love you too, Callie. I appreciate you been being here and lurking for most of it whilst dealing with Horizon stuff. Beep have returned. Welcome back, Torian. Torian agrees, I'm sure. Yeah, so that is where I'm going to be ending things today. Sorry about the flickering of the light. My webcam decides to focus on how much light it's accepting based on how I'm sitting. And as I move around and adjust, it just decides to completely go weird about that. But yeah, so I will be that's why I'm finishing stream. Right, sorry, brain is really just gone now. Because I've also got stuff to do after stream. That's the problem. I'm not going to go to sleep for about another hour or so. That's right. Hey. But yeah, so next stream for me is going to be at 4 PM BST tomorrow. Well, Monday, which is in 12 hours from now, where I will be doing a indie showcase stream showing off Demon Tier Plus, which was given to me yesterday evening, I think. I actually need to go and turn the PS5 on and download it. That's one of the things I got to do after stream. I can set that up whilst I'm doing stuff on Genshin, and I already installed Near Automata ready for Tuesdays as well, so that's good. Apart from that, I've got to download this VOD. I've got to encode the other VOD from earlier. Got to make sure they mark that as complete. So what else have we got? Redeem King download install, Genshin dailies, odd stuff. I think there's anything else I've actually got to do. I think that's the only things. Yeah. Deeming the settings I have for that brush, it might be just restart the thing to make it work if you just want to use it for other stuff. I've noticed there must be something I'm doing wrong with it. There must be, because it's a lot of the brushes I downloaded and tried to use, like the floof tool, just did not want to work at all. And I get the feeling that maybe it might be because I am using a low resolution and a small brush. I think the brushes might just not be configured for shit that small and pixely. So I think it'll be completely fixed if I try to use it on a high resolution and using a better brush size for that. So the design itself is actually coming out. So yeah. From DMA times inventory, wow. Wow. But yeah. So yeah, there's no Masochism Monday tomorrow. That's being replaced by an indie showcase showing off Demon Tier, which is a roguelite 2D platformer. And from what it looks like, it's quite low on the roguelite thing, so it actually might be a lot of fun, because me and roguelites have a really weird relationship. But I'm eager to see how this one goes and how it how it holds up and how it plays. You're working on 1000 by 1000 with a resolution at 72. Oh god. Yeah, that's why you have it so blurry and so blocky and pixely. Josie literally told me that earlier. Work with a higher resolution. Makes things a lot better. A lot. That's bad. Oh wait, yeah, no, because you were using no, because resolution stuff. Yeah, I know why them. There's your special hell. Might go for that. I might look into somewhere 350. That seems like it might be okay. 600 might work as well. We'll see. We'll see. It's something I need to actually implement whenever I start the next thing. Because the next thing I want to do is I want to design my, not so much design, but I want to make an actual full proper design of my stream persona. So like the profile picture and the banner, the offline screen, all that kind of stuff. I want that to I want to make a proper full design on that, because a fair few people have drawn that and have said they want to draw it and they have no reference material for it, and I'm afraid all I really have is the profile picture and the things that basically I have what Scoo has done for me, because the dragon hybrid that's in the picture I was just drawing is not the same as my dragon persona. So the stream persona would be more like my dragon persona. So that's kind of what I need to design. That's what the next project is going to be after I'm done with that. So that is the project where I'm going to be using the better resolution, the better settings, and seeing where that goes. That's like the new update has a color mixing window. I need that. Yeah, that propped up when I first opened it. I just closed it. I've no idea what to do with that. I just can't. And so as a primary traditional artist, I make my life so much easier. Yeah, I never learned that kind of stuff because I never worked with paint. I never worked with anything that would require color mixing. So it's alien to me. But yeah, so I would do a digital masterclass for you, Mark. Yeah, go for it. I'll be quite happy to say that. To make blending so much easier if you do. Fair. You can set that up. Completely fair. Let me know when you do set that up. I will be very interested in attending and learning. How should I tattoo it so cool? Wait, what? What? Are you commenting on my tattoo? Which one? Oh yeah, I suppose, yeah. Yeah, I've got the Viking runes there and I've got that. That's those are the only ones you can see at the moment. The other ones I have require me to be at least somewhat partially topless. Like that's him. That goes all the way down my chest. him as well. There's those ones. And then there's one that's on my back. No, not that side. It's got on my back there, which, you know, obviously definitely can't show you without taking my top off. Which is it? Yeah, you read that. I'm sorry. If I'm do painting copy, your attack is so neat, Mark. Yeah, I need more. Like, basically, like that one. So like that one and that one are from two different artists. That is my most recent one, and after doing that one, he said that, you know, he really wants to just do like the rest of that arm. And I've told him, you know, like I've got plans for that little bit of space there, but, you know, like go for it, you know. Redo and put all the other designs there that are already in there, you know, part of it. Just go for it. This artist that did that last one, I am happy to basically just, you know, let him, you know, unleash him and say, just make it dragon themed. You fellas hallucinogens? Well, I don't know. Do I look like me, or do I look like the trans dragon of censorship? Who knows? More but do the edge as well. Probably Q. Cool fucking pro. Thank you. I appreciate that. Because, you know, obviously can't show you the one on my back because I would probably be breaking Twitch TOS if I did. And also I really don't feel like taking my top off right now. I mean, I'm going to, you know, just before I go, you know, to go to bed. Because, you know, wearing clothes while sleeping. Ugh. No thanks. I'd say based around Sandman comics, that would be amazing. I would. I've got plans for at least 13 more tattoos, at least, and I currently have 8. So, you know, when I get plentiful amounts of money, that's going to happen. Poor Princess, let's go. It's nice. All right, I will be leaving things here, and I will let various people have chats and DMs, and, you know, arrange whatevers that they're wanting to do. Let Josie and Torian have a private moment of, you know, Josie thoroughly breaking Torian. So just something I'm like, nice. It'd be very nice. But yeah. So thank you all very much for coming along, for all your support. It's all greatly appreciated. No special shout outs tonight. That's completely fine. It's art streams. Art streams are kind of, you know, slow and chill. So no worries about that. Until next time, I hope you have a good rest of your evening, a good night, a good day, a good morning, or a good afternoon. Not going to continue. Yeah, sure. Let him go, I promise. Go for it. You go for it, Josie. But until next time, though, stay safe, stay amazing. See you later. Bye.